Hi everyone, my name is Adam Powers, for those of you who don't know me. And this crazy broad right here is my cousin and best friend. I gotta say, it was a beautiful ceremony. And just a little bit long though, especially when you're holding a 1,000-pound bouquet. That is extreme. Next, I would just like to say how cool it was of my Uncle Brad to show up looking like a total badass. And stitches to the wedding. I know you planned that, and I gotta say, it was a risky move, but I respect it. You really pulled it off well. Okay. Finally, I gotta give some props to my Uncle Brad and Aunt Jill, as well as Mike and Pat for putting on such a beautiful wedding. Woo! I don't know about all of you, but I have been looking forward to this summer all year. It's so awesome to have all of our friends and family together to celebrate Chelsea and Travis on their big day, and I'm so happy and honored to be standing up here next to you guys. So, I've been thinking about this speech for a long time, and to be honest, I wasn't quite sure where to begin. Chelsea and I have been through so much together and have about 1 million different stories. Plus, I have the worst memory of any human being. So while I was writing this, I had to do a couple fact checks with Chelsea. I wasn't up here telling lies to everybody. But anyways, ever since we were kids, Chelsea and I have been pretty much inseparable. Which is pretty impressive considering we lived an hour and a half away from each other. For those of you who don't know, Chelsea lived in Grand Rapids and I lived in McBain. So if it wasn't a holiday or some sort of special occasion, we had to get creative if we wanted to be able to hang out. But that didn't stop us. Me and Chelsea used to email back and forth as soon as we got home from school. But these weren't just your regular emails. We were about 12 years old and we had each bought a webcam. Now, I know nowadays everyone has a webcam built into their laptop, but this was back when dial-up was a thing. So having it was a pretty big deal. Now, like I said, since we were using dial-up, we couldn't stream live over these webcams. You could only take pictures and record video, so when you got home from school, I would sit in front of the computer, balance my camera on top, and record myself talking to her for like 5 minutes. And when I was done, I would save it, attach it to an email, and send it over to her. There was no quick reply. I had to wait for her to get the email, watch it, and then she would record a video and send it back to me. So this was not an easy process. It definitely would have been quicker for us to just talk on the phone. But let me tell you, I still have a lot of these videos, and they were just as fun to make then as they are embarrassing now. So Jill, you can thank me later for not playing these as part of my speech today. In fact, consider it my wedding gift to you. Okay, so that was one of my favorite memories of us as kids. But I think the best years were the 3 that Chelsea and I spent as roommates in college. I can't even guess the number of nights we spent staying up and talking and laughing as if we weren't going to be able to wake up and do it again the next day. Most times we wouldn't stop until we realized the sun was coming up. All of a sudden we'd look up and say, "Oh crap, the sun is coming up and I hear birds. We really need to go to bed." If there's one thing we have in common, it's that we're both a little strange and we will do anything to make each other laugh. Which really isn't that hard because I'm pretty sure we both think we are funnier than we actually are. So it really doesn't take much, but if you put the 2 of us together, we are a real force to be reckoned with. A good example of this is when we lived together. We came up with a game we called the Water Game. Now in this game, one person was the winner and one person was always the loser. And it switched back and forth every time. I really couldn't tell you how this even began or why we thought it was necessary, except that we got a lot of enjoyment from it and we would always end up laughing. which is really enough reasoning for us to do it. So here are the rules. Like I said, they are really pretty simple and honestly quite stupid. But here it is. We would go back and forth, but if it was your turn, you could at any time fill up an entire glass of water, similar to this glass I brought with me today. Now, whenever it was your turn, you had the power and could throw the glass of water at the other person at the time of your choosing. But usually, it was better to hold on to it for a while so you could torture the other person, and they just live in constant fear that you would suddenly splash into water. So it didn't matter if Chelsea had her hair and makeup done and was all ready to go out for the night, or if she was about to head to class, or just getting ready to go to bed. It was all fair game, and you could suddenly be drenched in water. The other rule... Now, this is cool, but honestly, we always ended up laughing so hard. And I know me and Chell have talked about this, and if there was one tradition I would love to see carried over from our house to yours, it's this one.
Adam, I spent a lot of money on that makeup.
Because if anything, it has taught me that life is too short to get mad over a spilled glass of water. And sometimes you just have to laugh over the small stuff. Because you guys are going to have happy days, and you're going to have tough days. But it's up to you two to be there for each other, to laugh through the tears, and to be by each other's side. And if there was one thing I know for sure after seeing Travis and Chelsea together over these past 2 years, it's that you will always be there for one another, and I wish you both years of happiness together. So with that said, I'd like to make a toast, so we all raise your glasses. To Chelsea and Travis, may your love for each other be stronger than whatever life throws at you.